Brain's always fucking scheming, so I change my fucking level. I be chilling with the devil, and the God's on my shoulder. And you know I got the level, cause I'm fucking underground. And you know I got the shovel, cause I'm digging myself deeper. And you know I got the bubble, cause I am the bubble boy. I rip it kinda different, and my Lola's out the door, and she knows it's kinda kicking. Cause when I kick this shit, you know that I'm just explicit. And you know the way I do it, son, I got the fucking physics. I am so scientific, bitch, you know I gotta rip it. Yeah.
That was freestyle?
That was all freestyle, no written. Look at the screen, there's no words on the screen. That's the type of thing that I do every day.
Let's start it like this, son.
But I'm saying though, back in the day, hip-hop originated with great dancers, graffiti writers, MCs, and slum survivor DJs. But here in 1995, selfishness and greed has forced some to neglect those on the wheels and stills. MCs engaging in this type of behavior see themselves as getting over it.
The Vader moves fastly. The Vader moves fast. The Vader moves fastly. The Vader moves fast. Fast.
In our documentary, we wanted to answer the questions of the importance of authenticity and the image of the hip-hop artists, especially those in Vancouver's hip-hop scene. We believe that the topics of the genuineness of artists and their aesthetics are vital in the scene and could either make artists or break them.
So according to the Peterson reading, he states how authenticity is a socially constructed idea and that artists can attribute their authenticity through different forms. Authenticity has pervaded every point in the history of popular music and is central to hip-hop because it becomes a node through which flows arguments about who and who isn't capable of legitimately interpreting a culture. And that's what we're trying to find out in this documentary.
So we went out, this grand city called Vancouver, to seek a bunch of people in the hip-hop scene. And essentially what we wanted to do was interview them and figure out, in terms of authenticity, how important authenticity is in the rap scene or hip-hop scene. Kind of just, and also we added some ideas of aesthetics. I think it's important to figure out really how important authenticity is, especially in the hip-hop scene where aesthetics matter a lot. And yeah, hopefully our interviews will be quite insightful.
So me and Carla decided to get some people to interview. We got a couple of people. We got Martini. He's the owner, operator of Dipped, the clothing store. And we got Explicit from Illegitimate. They're a rap group here in Vancouver. We also got an interview with an up-and-comer. His name's Clamor the Kid. He's just starting out and trying to check the scene out. B-Boy's talking about how the image and aesthetics are important.
Cool. Yeah, it's good, man. It's healthy. It's unique, I think, because just because of our cultural mix in Vancouver. You know, it's obviously in a lot of places predominantly black and stuff, but hip hop's it's become such a worldwide thing, and you know, it's really broken down color barriers and stuff. We've got great rappers in Vancouver of all colors and creeds and everything. I'm happy that I've kind of been part of it for a long time. I've seen a lot of people come up over the years. I'm not going to start naming names because I know I'll forget people and other people get mad and stuff, but it's a healthy scene. I've enjoyed being part of it and enjoyed to continue to be part of it and support it, and it's good. I like it.
Hey, what's up? My name's Marlo Kabwai. My stage name was Explicit. The group was called Illegitimate. Yeah. And we would do shows everywhere we could get it. But I did a lot of concerts. I had a lot of time on stage. You know, we did clubs, we did Red Room, we did the Lamplighter, you know, we did a lot of concerts. But as far as money making, we would always just make enough to get by, to get to the next concert, you know, to put into our next project. So we didn't hit mainstream or anything.
Caleb Lamb, aka Climber the Kid. I do rap. Started 2 years ago. Worked with a studio called Liquid Tension. Check them out on YouTube, or just go to their page, liquidtensionmusic.com. And yeah, I've done a lot of stuff for myself too. So you can check out my YouTube stuff at youtube.com/Climberland, CLAMMERLAND. So yeah. Into underground and independent artists, like you can actually find a lot of good music, and a lot of good artists come from Vancouver. So it's really cool if you just spend the time to look.
Yeah, I think, you know, especially nowadays, people can kind of weed out the fakes for sure. So yeah, I think a lot of people, you know, if someone's biting or fake or, you know, full of bullshit, they're gonna get called out on it pretty damn quick. Especially, you know, all the internet and stuff. Everyone's got an opinion and everyone can put it out there to everybody, you know. So yeah.
Definitely, I think, because people respect that. Like, even it might take longer because you're not as generic as everyone else, and people might not like you at first. But if they do, after a while they get to notice you, and then like really that respect builds up, and it's like no one can hate you because you're doing your own thing, and people really respect that. You know, it's just like authentic, and I don't know, like that's what I'm trying to do. So
Yeah, I think it's maybe the most important thing, to seem authentic at least. Like you were just saying, like Rick Ross, right? He was, you know, right now he's like this, supposed to be this big coke dealer, blah blah blah, but he was a parole officer, you know, 10 years ago or 5 years ago, which I mean hasn't really hurt him too much, but I think if that happened earlier on in his career, it might have. But being authentic, especially like gangsta, you know, if you're a gangsta, like 50 Cent, perfect example. 50 Cent was shot 9 times, right? And he has the bullet scars to prove it. And then all the white kids, all suburbia. It's like, I think people try to live that they want to be in touch with that exciting life, be involved with that gangsta life, with guns, money, drugs, girls. And a lot of suburbia eats that stuff up. There's a new dude out, his name's Chief Keef. And I really like him actually, but he seems authentic. He's gangsta, you know, and I really like that. And I think the world in general, especially the pop world, eats that stuff up if you're authentic, you know. Yeah, so authenticity is a big thing.
Would you say you were inauthentic before then?
I'd say that, I mean, my lyrical content before, it was a lot of dark stuff. I didn't really talk about, like, drugs or shooting people. My content was a lot of, you know, lyricism. We loved, and I still do, rappers like Talib Kweli, Mos Def, Nas, Big Pun, Big L, and they were all very lyrical rappers. So I think that I was authentic to myself, because and at the time, I guess I was in like a very dark place, right? So I was spitting a lot of dark stuff. So I would say that I was authentic. It was hard to find authenticity. I just didn't see it a lot, and I saw a lot of other groups out there, because when you do shows, there's other groups that open up for you, or you're opening up for other groups, and there was a ton of fake gangsters or wannabe gangsters. You know, these guys who do sell drugs, who do have guns, but they're trying so hard to be in that situation when they live in the suburbs, which to me is the ultimate fake. It's the ultimate betrayal on yourself when you emulate Tupac or Biggie and you try so hard to be them. You know, you have a good life, but you go and sell drugs, not as a necessity, which is what a lot of those, you know, guys in the hood, those type of rappers had to do to live. A lot of guys in the industry, or at least in the Vancouver hip-hop scene, would just try so hard to do that, to be that, you know, and it was brutal because it was scary. And being 16 years old at the time, I had no idea what was going on, and then there would be guys who were trying to start beef with you while you're rapping on stage. I didn't even know what started the beef. It was like beef for the sake of beef.
Like, it's not worth it. Like, you might get lots of money, but like, seriously, you started out doing something because you loved it, right? The whole point of doing rap was, like, I don't know if this could relate, but like, I've heard like a lot of NBA rookies talk about how, oh, I want to make it to the league. Like, my whole life I've been trying to make it to the league, but what's your goal after that? Like, making it to the league, but you want to make it in the league, you know what I mean? So it's like rapping, like, you want to make it to like the top, but what happens when you make it to the top? Do you want to stay at the top, or do you want to just sell out and like do something just for the money? Like, there's no point, your passion's gone. So
selling out, there's a definition, because a lot of people have this. I'm in film right now, and a lot of people talk about selling out. To me, it's like a lot of people think selling out is making money, where I don't believe that, because I want to make money in my craft, whatever I'm doing. If it's music, film, or if I'm a janitor, you know, but I'm not a janitor. But I want to make money to support myself, to support my real life, so I can do what I love for my real life. So I don't have to be working at Starbucks on the side and then making music as a hobby. You know, I want my craft to be my number one job. And so selling out to me would mean that you are not doing what you love to do, or you're not staying true to yourself. And I don't think selling out is making money or hitting mainstream, because I think you want to work towards that. And if you look at, I mean, one of my favorite hip-hop artists right now is Drake. And I mean, a lot of people can say this guy's sold out, blah, blah, blah. If you listen to his lyrics, if you listen to his mainstream CDs, he has some amazing lyrical content on that. And his beats are ridiculous. You can tell that this guy has musical knowledge, and he loves music. But then he has to make the songs with Rihanna or Nicki Minaj to make money, to appeal to the younger audience. So selling out to me isn't about making money. It's just about who you are. If you're not following who you are in your soul, then I think that's selling out.
I think to be an artist, you have to have that particular look or
right, cool.
But then again, I think that it's the people that look really different that people are really drawn to. And I think that's important as well. For me, clothing is more like a reflection of like who you are. So I wear whatever I like. I don't really care like what people think. It's me.
Well, me personally, I've always thought it was very important. That's because it's kind of been my my thing. I know a lot of people call it the fifth element of hip hop. I think it's become more, especially over the last 10 to 12 years or so, 12 even 15, with the emergence of a lot of brands that were kind of marketed towards the hip hop scene, and it's definitely a larger part of it. It always has been though. I mean, if you look back to the start of time of hip hop, you know, everyone's kind of always had a steez and wanted to kind of be a little bit flashy and flossy and stuff. And I think hip hop fashion has really started a lot of streetwear trends and stuff over the year, and it definitely continues to fuel it. It's a huge part of my influence and stuff. Obviously, it's what I'm into, and that. And there's definitely a lot of different styles. You know, from the hardcore gangster to the more poppy to skinny jeans, whatever. So it's definitely broadened, but it's a huge part. I mean, listen to any song, everyone all he talks about is different name brands and stuff. So yeah, it's a huge part of it now. I think it's definitely growing over the years.
Like, we also incorporate like images and stuff and videos to help people view the video better, right? And view the song better, and hear, like, interpret it like the artist would want you to interpret it. So I guess image is important too because it helps viewers understand what you are and kind of like your personality, because like you can tell what a person's like by the way he presents himself. So, yeah.
Aesthetics and image might be one. I've said this about like every question you ask me, but it's a huge thing. I remember when I was in the group, we would talk about our clothing, our hats, our shoes, the way we tie our laces. Actually, yeah, the way we tie our laces, like there's a special way that we tied our Air Force Ones. And when you get up on stage, everybody's watching. So you had to have clean kicks on. You had to have the newest hat on, the newest fitted. You had to be like color coordinated. You had to be rocking shit that Jay-Z was rocking at the time, or your favorite rapper. Aesthetics is just huge. I mean, I think it comes back to the kind of ghetto culture a lot, and I've thought about this a lot, which is weird, but a lot of like black males, people, and Hispanics, they grow up without a father, and so they're raised by their mothers, and their mothers women love clothes, they love shoes, they love jewelry, they love to get their hair done, and hip hop culture has followed that, because you have all these males who are raised by their mothers and they take those things from them, and I think that's ultimately where it's come from. So yeah, you need to be, it's like a must. If you don't have the latest shit on, if your stuff isn't crisp and clean, then you're not gonna make it. It's just how it is, right? And that's a part of being in the spotlight too, because you're not gonna get like Hobo Joe wearing rags on stage, or even as an actor. It's all about image. Everything's about image when you get into the spotlight. Yeah, so it's everything.